Good morning, happy summertime to you. Are you a Grace graduate? Yeah, I picked that up from Paul David Tripp. I am not, and none of us really ever graduate from grace. I've heard it said too that the grace of God is like standing down at the ocean and a wave comes in and you know what? There's another one coming behind it. That's just kind of how the ocean works. And the reality is when it comes to grace, we always need it. Sometimes we as followers of Jesus think, okay, grace is how I got in and now it's up to me to be big and strong. False. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter how old you get to be, how long you walk with God, we are dependent upon Him. We're called to abide in Him. So he goes on to say, don't fear your weaknesses. God supplies all the strength you need. Be afraid of those moments when you think you're independently strong. I got this. So there's all sorts of things that point out our weakness to us. So just as an athlete, I can't do what I used to do in different ways. And one of the things that I've discovered this summer is if the heat index is 100, I don't want to be playing tennis. I really don't. For multiple reasons, muscles, cramping, weakness, I'm just really limited. The one nice thing about playing tennis versus volleyball, which I'm also playing this summer, is that in tennis, if I make a mistake, I let myself down. In volleyball, if I make a mistake, I let my team down. But we're all put in situations where, you ever buy something and it's like some assembly required. And then you look at the instructions and it's like, oh, they're just using universal symbols. Where's the English? I could use English. And then they describe flange B. It's like, which one is flange B? I don't know. It makes you feel incompetent. So I have this recurring dream. I got together with a friend this past week, and it turns out that he's not technically a pilot, but he has flown an airplane. But then he told me he's got a friend who's a pilot, and he knows how to take off, and he can fly the plane, but he doesn't know how to land it yet. And so I've got this nightmare, and I've had it at least 20 times. It's always out in the desert. I'm in a little plane, I take off, the sun's setting behind the mountains, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and then it's dark, and then I remember, I don't know how to land the plane. And then I just thought, I could learn how to land a plane, and then maybe that nightmare will go away, or next time it happens, I'm like, aha. But somehow, I don't think that that's really going to work out quite that way. But maybe it will. So in a world where you're on your own, where you have to find your own way and independently build your life, weakness is a thing to be feared. When it's all up to you and what you think and what you can do, well, that's a lot of pressure. It really is. And I love to say that with what I do, I don't have all the answers, but I know who does. Make no mistake about it. I don't have all the answers, but I can point you to the one who does. And sometimes I know what his answer is, and I can share that with you as well. So are you confused? The fact is that we are all weak. The Apostle Paul learned to rejoice in his weaknesses because then he relied on the Lord. All of us at times were weak in wisdom, weak in strength, weak in righteousness. Sin, which all of us still deal with, has left us weak of heart and hands. It has left us feeble and lame in many ways. But God's grace makes weakness a thing to be feared no longer. You and I never need to become grace graduates. We will always need grace, the same way we need the air that we breathe. Trust God, trust His grace, go with Him. Have a great week.